Close that. Now, I want to know what's through that door and on that computer. So, slow-mo, and go nuts. Let's do it. Hello one and all, Mickey here, Surviving RNG, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds Supernova difficulty. Look at our ship, it's beautiful. Now those upgrades, I can well imagine you guys have been writing in the comments, you know you can buy weapon mods and armor mods inside these vending machines. So, okay, this one's a no. Next one is also a no, it actually has the exact same things. I could have sworn there was more in this station. Okay, so the only other place that they've got them is where Gladys is. But before we do that, and before our stats degrade from getting tired or thirsty or hungry, because God knows we can't deal with our stats for more than 5 minutes without getting a debuff, Pavi, let's go get you drunk. Yeah, no, wrong place. Over this side. I know where I'm going, Pavi. To the last hope. Let's do this. Dialogue is all 40s, and in fact, Persuade and Lie are in the 50s, because of both Pavi and Ellie. Cool.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table, stand in a corner?
I think what usually happens is you get a round, you drink it, you get the next round, then you drink that, and that keeps going until things get fuzzy. Oh, and also this poster here, these unique items that you can put in people's rooms, or it happens automatically. Don't take it, because the only crashed desktop I've encountered is from this poster. If you steal it and try to get into the ship, the game auto-saves before the level transition, and getting into the ship causes the game to crash, and I've actually recreated the bug multiple times. So yeah, don't take this, don't. Not to mention, stealing that would also make these guys upset, which is like, I don't know, minus 1% reputation or something. Anyway, Pavi, come on.
Sure.
Up to the plate. Let's do this.
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this.
Oh,
Let's
Pavi.
just do it proper.
You're not much of a drinker, better start slow with the beer. I'd start with the beer, but you said in Edgewater the smell made you sick. How about wine? If you really want to get drunk, whiskey's efficient. Perception. Are you sure you want to do this? You seem nervous. You know what, yeah, you sure you want to do this?
Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know?
Aww.
I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake.
Oh my god, Pavi. So beer, wine, or whiskey? Don't even know if you can say those things on YouTube. You know what, I know the smell of beer made you feel not that great, but let's just start slow. Besides, it's better for you to drink something you don't like the taste of than to drink something that you do like the taste of. Especially if you're a newcomer, so beer it is.
Oh, beer. I guess, yeah, I can do that. Beer can be good. I bet. Bottoms up.
Think of it like a fizzy tea that's gone a little off.
Ah, this tastes like the underside of a boot. People drink that for fun? Oh, Captain, I'm pining for Junlei something fierce. What am I doing?
Generally or specifically? Emptying a bottle with your friends, going on a grand adventure across Halcyon, whining it sounds like. You know what, you are going on a grand adventure.
You're funny. Yeah, I guess we're doing that, aren't we? Crewing together, seeing the stars. It's like something out of a serial. I like the ones with grand romances. And I think I'm flubbing mine. I don't know what to do about us.
Shrug. Beats me. I've got a rough track record with relationships. Start by telling me why her message got you so unsettled.
Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all.
Could be you're overthinking it. No one sends terrible, vaguely sensual poetry to someone they don't like. What'd she actually write in the message? You haven't said. Well, I read the message, and also, yeah, she wouldn't write that stuff if she didn't mean it.
Exactly. Takes
Boom.
a lot of trust to hand over that kind of blackmail material.
I don't know, I'd call it, sensual. That's a lot.
The poem implied you calming her with a touch. That's some romance serial grade stuff. What she actually write? Could be you're overthinking it. I wish it would tell me which options don't progress the conversation and just give you info. Like a little I in brackets next to them would be great, because I suspect what she actually write, you didn't say, would have her explain what was written in it, which would be great for a catch-up. But I don't want to click that in case that progresses the conversation. But you know what she implied? A calming touch.
It did. Oh dear, I hadn't really... Oh my goodness. And I told you?
Yep, and I read it.
Let's read it right now, just to be sure.
Thank you, Ellie. Okay, there you go. What'd she actually write?
It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her?
She might, I don't think so. What is this really about?
I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve.
Right, same as before, maybe you should quit while you're ahead. We spent too much time here. You know what, Persuade 25? Just have a water, okay? Your first time drinking, just have a water.
Come on, Captain. I'm here to drink. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy.
From one beer.
Hydration, here I come.
Aw, this was just about to get fun.
Shush you.
Oh my god, Pappy, I love you.
Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared.
You need to get over it. What about me? I would love to find out what she says if you say, what about me? You know what? After we're done with this, I'm going to load back and I'm going to click that option because I want to find out. Because I haven't even clicked it in my offline campaign. What would you like to talk to her about?
Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me?
And yeah, Junlei, she doesn't exactly look handsome. She just looks pretty. Don't stop there, you're on a roll. No wonder you're scared. There's an easy way to get answers to all those questions. Yes, there is. I know, I'm just here for the booze. Yeah, there's an easy way to get those answers.
There's nothing easy about spilling your guts to the person who's got your heart in their hands. You know I'm not interested in physical affection.
You might change your mind with her.
Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not?
Then you go your separate ways. We have that in common, you know. I'm not interested in physical affection either. Are you afraid of being rejected for who you are? So you're afraid of disappointing her? You can't control how people react to you, even people you care about. 3 or 5. Are you afraid of being rejected for who you are, or you can't control how people react to you? Yeah, you know what? You're an engineer, she's an engineer. It's gonna be fine. Are you afraid of being rejected for who you are?
Of course. Wouldn't you be?
Everyone is, no matter the quirks. No, I am who I am. If people don't like that, they're not for me. Not anymore. Yeah, you know what? Everyone is. It's fine.
Huh. I'd never thought of it that way. I wonder what June's afraid of being rejected for. She seems perfect to me. Maybe those are just my rosish colored goggles talking. To be strong like her. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts.
Oh, Pavi. Something to work on then. So what? You know what? We all do.
I suppose so, but I want to be my best self for her. A good person, worth caring for. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... wow. So much to think about.
So you gonna ask her out?
Oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should?
Yes. Persuade, determination. You still unsure? Yes, just ask her. Don't ask for my opinion, believe in yourself. What does the booth tell you? You know what? Don't ask for my opinion, you know what to do.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
This was fun. We should do it again after you send that message.
All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
Okay. Anything else, Pavi?
Oh, my stomach's a little upset.
Oh,
Maybe drinking don't agree with me.
that's why you had
Yeah?
one beer.
I mean, what do you need, Captain?
Ellie?
Mr. Sir?
Captain Mr. Sir. Nothing?
Something on your mind?
Nope. Teleport home.
Hail, Captain. Your return time is within 14% of the expected value.
Thank you, Ada. Give it a save. Okay, let's try that again. You know what? Have a whiskey.
Well, drunk's what I'm aiming for, so I'll take your word on it. Bottoms up.
Didn't think you had it in you. I'm impressed.
Oh, no, it's good. I'm fine. I just didn't expect it to taste like... oh, propellant. Oh, stars, I can feel it settling.
Yep.
Oh, Captain.
And just out of curiosity, let's give her another whiskey.
No more whiskey. I think another'd leave me on the floor.
Yeah, figured as much. What then?
Gosh, that smells pretty almost. Like flowers gone a little off. Down it goes.
What
Hey,
did she just drink?
That's not so bad. Kind of almost nice, maybe.
Now, those are bad drinks.
Captain.
Oh, well, firstly, I actually skipped the dialogue option, so I had to load back. And secondly, this says wine is then. So she was drinking wine, got it. So yeah, you know what? What about me?
You're swell, Captain, don't get me wrong. I like spending time with you, going on adventures and all, but that ain't the same as romance.
Exactly. And also, you know what? We have that in common.
You're not. You're like me?
Well, I'm cooler, but yeah. I don't get much use for romance either. Sure am.
So we're kin-like. That makes me, well, unaccountably happy, Captain. It's a lonely thing being different like this. So, feeling how you do, what if she really does like me and then she changes her mind?
Yeah, the devs made it very clear you couldn't romance any of the characters in the game, which it's an odd choice, given that, you know, the games it's most similar to, like Mass Effect, you can. Hell, even Fallout you can.
But why not?
So yeah, when she asked me, should I ask her out, I said no, just for the hell of it. I don't think you two are meant to be. Oh, I can't tell her that. I can't. You know what? You gotta be smooth. Wait for her to ask you out first.
Yeah, well, you're not the boss of me. Even if you
Oh my god, Pavi, you're awesome.
I'm gonna do it as soon as I sober up. Probably. Eventually.
Okay, so you didn't really have a choice. But seeing as we're in this, you know, off timeline, let's go do something else. Ladies, gentlemen, let's get in here. Pavi, Ellie? That's not how you get in through the door. Come on.
Sure.
There you go. Close that. Now, I want to know what's through that door and on that computer. So, slow-mo, and go nuts. Let's do it. Excuse me? What do you think you're doing? What is this? Hit me with your little girly fists.
That's the last of them.
That is indeed the last of him. So, passcode, elevator key, yep, that's what we need. Now this we will pick, because we can get through there, even though they get upset. Let's see what's on this computer. Admin functions. Bedford, you have 0 active impound orders. Select from the following options, yeah, there are none. Messages. Personal correspondence. Alex Hawthorne, the noble space rat. My dear Alex, I've stumbled upon the most incredible discovery. Blah, 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 sail your beautiful barge back to Groundbreaker, dear Alex, that we might indulge ourselves on the fruit of the noble space rat and toast to the culinary achievements of our fellow colonists. With Alex's reply being, aha, you don't say. And then from Junlei. Well, I'll read Bedford's first. My dear Chief Tennyson, I'm informed that you assaulted, I lower my vernacular to rephrase that you slugged a member of my personal guard, all because they would not grant you access to Byzantine Embassy. You have to make an appointment with it directly. It's perfectly understandable given your inexperience as a leader. It takes a calm and measured temperament to run a large organisation. You should strive to emulate them. Her response is, listen you little... The last time I made an appointment, you avoided me until I had to beat the door down. What do you even do there all day? I know your schedule is empty. I have admin access to your terminal network. What I don't have is the luxury of time to waste. Get me access to those radiator parts. If you don't, I'll know where I can start venting the excess heat. Thank you, Junlei. Then from Akunde, one of two things need to happen right now. You can either collect Jesse Dawes' outstanding debt, or you can join the ranks of the unemployed. Right, so this is about Jesse's debt, yeah. We dispatched a liaison to Groundbreaker to represent our interests. If that is too much responsibility for you, I am perfectly comfortable finding a replacement. Furthermore, I am perfectly comfortable charging you for the time I spent in finding your replacement, and my time is expensive. Maintenance requests. From Junlei, I get your very urgent request for some reliable temperature control. You can fix that yourself by getting me the radiator parts I need, or you can sweat it out like the rest of us. I'm closing out the request, don't open another. And this message is that he set his water to room temperature, but it's several degrees hotter, blah blah blah, he's upset about the heat. Okay, well that was his computer. And then the office, the chairman comes to stay at, you know, when he does stay, which is never. What do you guys have? Ammo, plasma rifle, ammo. Yeah, as for that room, we'll go there later. Up we go. So this is his suite. What have we got? A modest bathroom, just with a bit of loot lying around. Really fancy dining room. bed chamber, which is actually surprisingly small. Ammo, Adreno, money, and then this should lead out onto the balcony. Another Adreno. So yeah, this is the only way up here. You can get to that from another location, or you can jump it from here, but this is what's up here. Okay, well, let's load back. But before we do that, we are back in Edgewater before we diverted the power. Hey, Pavi, I don't think you're going to like what's about to happen. Hey there, fellas. And Thompson, I would love to get into your room, but it's locked. Oh, and you don't have a computer terminal. Wow. And can I pickpocket you?
What do you think
No, I
you're
can't.
doing?
Nothing. Not doing anything. It's fine. Well, Pavi, you kill him, and we're going to kill you.
Are you out of your mind?
No, it's fine.
You just killed him.
Different timeline. Killed who? I know it was great. What are you getting upset for? I just did you a favour. I know it was great.
You enjoyed that? Are you some kind of psychopath?
Kind of.
I need to leave. I need to get away from here. I need to get away from you.
So yeah, another thing about the companions in the Outer Worlds, they technically can't leave you. Now, they can refuse to follow you and they'll stay on the ship, assuming you've talked to them and agreed for them to come along, but they can never leave your service. They can just refuse to go out with you until you have enough dialogue to convince them to come back out with you again. But the only way for them to completely leave you is if you tell them to go. Give me a break, Pavati, we'll just settle our differences. Then this is goodbye, take care. Get lost, Pavi, I don't need you. I do need you. Determination. Reed was treating you like garbage. I was trying to protect you. You know what? It's fine. We'll just settle our differences.
I don't know how folks settle their differences wherever you're from, but I'd really appreciate it if you tried using, you know, words.
Words are slow. Treating you like garbage? Lie. I'll be a perfect little angel. Yes, I will be an angel.
I'll take your word for it. For what it's worth, I guess. Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself if I let you loose upon the Veil unsupervised.
Ammo and blade, ammo and pistol, and you. Take your keycard and a service medal that can be sold. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't got a computer. Does he have one here? Yes, he does. I've never been in here before. Money and hammer. Where's his bed? I thought this would be his bedroom. Where does he sleep? Is it one of the houses that are out there? I guess so. Oh, he's got a hat. No way. There's actually a unique item in here that you can only get if you kill him. Unless, I wonder if you can kill the two guards, run out of here, take the elevator down, leave town, sleep for like 2 or 3 days, as long as it takes for them to lose aggro, and then with the guards dead, stand behind him and pickpocket him. I wonder if that's the only way to get the key to that room without killing him. Yeah, I wonder if you can do that. Anyway, that hat. It is Bowler Business Formal. Intimidate +5. Oh, is that it? It's not even something unique. This fancy bowler hat makes a bold statement. Look at my hat. What about his PC? Messages. From Thompson? From Thompson to Thompson. In case of my death, to whom it may concern. If you're reading this, then I am no longer the outpost administrator for Edgewater. Whether through the shedding of my mortal coil through natural causes, or through early retirement, the stewardmanship of Edgewater has passed on to someone else. You. Oh, me? But most importantly, it is imperative that you keep the Space's Choice family together. Adelaide and her followers have taken camp in the Botanical Lab. Their place is here, working with us. Adelaide is impervious to reason and refuses to entertain diplomatic overtures. The only way to induce her into coming back is by heading to the geothermal plant, cutting off her power, and leading her people back to Edgewater. With the power shut off at the Botanical Lab, feel free to repossess any useful equipment contained therein, especially power regulators. Postscript. If you do restore the power to Edgewater, would you consider maintaining my name in the profits report? A little posthumous credit wouldn't hurt. Really? Personal password, Spacer Thompson. Right, so, if you came here and killed him before he gave you the quest and the password to the geothermal plant, this is where you'd get that information. You get the password from his terminal, and that'd actually allow you to continue the quest, even though he's dead. The question is, though, and somebody's asked me in the comments, would it be possible to kill him, cut power from the Botanical Lab, and then Adelaide would move back to town and take control of the town? Because I'm curious. If anyone knows the answer, let me know. And then from corporate, Mr. Thompson, your request for additional build materials has been denied. The walls around Edgewater were built 30 years ago by your predecessor. Any alterations, expansions, or repairs to the wall must be signed and approved by your predecessor. Seriously? If your predecessor is unavailable due to incarceration, re-education, or death, it is your responsibility to obtain a last will and testament demonstrating your predecessor's intentions. Wow. Well, that's fun. Sorry about that, Pavati. Well, with that done...
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother.
That's cool.
I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked.
It did indeed.
I'm glad I had you looking out for me.
Glad to hear it. Did you talk to Junlei? If I know one thing, it's how to stave off hangovers. Was there something you wanted? You know what? Did you talk to Junlei?
I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos.
Okay, not bad so far. Not to ask for spoilers, but will we be drinking again tonight? Were there any funny typos? At least there's no bad poetry this time. Yeah, were there any funny typos? Although we read it.
Oh, she called mashed potatoes smashed potatoes. But I think maybe that's just what they call them on Groundbreaker. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises.
So Junlei does like you, and she said it in the most awkward way possible. That Isabel crisis was all a big misunderstanding. Glad we wasted time drinking, because Junlei's bad at writing messages. If you two marry, you'll be saying, just kidding, unless you're not. Yeah, so Junlei does like you.
Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those two-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal, and I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss.
Oh, she's so adorable.
I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
Awesome.
I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy-like, ain't it?
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape, considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars.
Aww.
I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's a ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation. Apparently, Ada's the one who actually flies the ship. Ada, how about you not invite yourself to the conversation? You know what? Yeah, that is a computer. Not intelligent, but it does a good job of imitation.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello. I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Oh my god, brilliant.
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Ada, Pavati will be fixing you from now on. I expect your full cooperation. What do you think, Pavati? Is it safe to fly now that we've got a regulator? You know what? Pavati will be fixing you from now on.
I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Did you learn the trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humour. Reed seemed to have it in for you. You worked beside your father the whole life. Did your dad ever work on spaceships? You know what? I don't see the humour.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you are actually good at this, and you enjoy it. Why would people be unhappy about you getting a maintenance job? One aptitude test determines your whole life. But you know what? You're good at it, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater. You don't like your classes?
Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
What do you do in your time off?
As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars.
Build anything fun?
When an engine came in, I'd strip it down and rebuild it. I mostly built for myself. Custom tools, little mechanical critters to talk to. When my
Oh,
roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now.
and after school you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
I'm sorry I shouldn't have brought it up. He wasn't that old, was he? Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
I think it's time you move along, Pavati. Yeah, I see that after a dialogue conversation like this, and I'm like, okay, yes, let's move on to another conversation. She's like, no, don't tell me to leave. I'll do better. Break time's over. You know what, Pav? You take all the breaks you want. Cool. You know, it's funny. I feel like I've showed a lot this episode, but yet it feels like I've done F all. But let's at least clear the rest and go. And also, I bet we're thirsty, or not. Oh, enough for a drink. Drink up, and she'll have some food. 42 apples, wow.
This is Halcyon.
Hi, how you doing?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
What kind of business have you and Gladys got running? How's life in Groundbreaker? Do you do business with the Promenade Merchants? How's life in Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does the Groundbreaker keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
And you mentioned Sublight.
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Do you do business with the Promenade Merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
He did indeed, poor guy. Hey, so, what kind of business do you and Gladys got running here?
Didn't quite catch that. You'll have to speak up.
I said business. What do you and Gladys do here?
Glass ear? Sorry, there's a lot of static on my end.
But I'm standing right here.
Nothing to fear. Sorry again. The sound of Groundbreaker's engines has really got to me over the years.
Then there's all the armed guard around Gladys. Is she some kind of VIP? Perception. Are you just pretending you can't hear me so you don't have to answer my questions?
Huh? What?
Ah, forget it.
Huh. Now that I heard.
Good answer. Okay, vending machines. We need scope times 4 and tech plus 5. That's a no. That's a no. And that is a no. I'm kind of tempted to buy this actually, magazine size, because we go through them quite quickly. But we don't need it. I just want to check quick.
Ooh, someone has got to talk with Chief Tennyson about the thermostat around here. Whew, ain't gonna be me. So, you buying?
It's okay, I'll get it fixed. Just give me a second. Rate of fire, wow. But yeah, if her stock did change, she still doesn't have it. Either of them. Okay, well, oh, register. I thought it was PC. Let's get in here and also go there. And I heard a rat. Nothing back here. You guys wait there. And here there are safes. Keys to the safes can be found all over the station. But now we're just going to loot everything and hack that. And that. Loot that. That. These two things. And that. And all of that. Okay, so 3 safes. We have the key for this. Take all of it. We have the key to that. Oh, no, we don't. We don't have the key to that. And this one, don't have the key yet. So I have to make sure we come back here later. Actually, you know what? You wait there.
Sure.
Hey, rat. Gotcha.
Nice one!
That's stealing. It's not good. Why do they leave lockpicks out here? Take this stuff. Cool. Check this room. Oh, hi there, buddy. Right. You just keep looking over there. Good call. Everything's fine. Just don't look. Taking all your stuff. Weapon parts. That's ammo, I'm guessing. Yep. Empty and empty. And then foodstuffs. You know what? I'll come back when you're sleeping. This is where Gladys is. We're not going there yet. This loops around to the medical area. In here. Bathrooms. No rat! Don't you run from me! Booyah. Thank you. Take that. Not stealing. And that. And a salve. Yeah, don't drop the soap. Heading up. Can I take what you've got? What have you got? Nothing. Damn it. That is not stealing. In here. Aha. Yes, stealing. Nothing, no?
I'm just in port long enough to get another haul contract.
Cool. Don't get up. Yeah, I can't really take this stuff. I can check your PC. What's on there? Pay to view movies. My big canid friend. Does that say Nana Spank 7? Alright then. And that's it. I'm not reading descriptions. You guys can do that if you want. Pay to view serials. Baking with Edna. Space Hospital. Broderick's Brood. Cool. Then hack. Messages. Be careful. One of Udam Bedford's squallers came asking for you. Want to know what you'd like to drink, who you talk to, what your temperament's like. Tried to pay me off. I took the bits and told her a pack of lies. Watch your back when you get in. Don't want to find you in the waste disposal chute. Interesting. Space for ISCC. Been a while since I heard from you. Got space for you, it's just a storage room. But it's quiet and safer than the bar. No fees, nothing, just let me buy you a beer. Interesting. Stop looking or else. Message contents empty. Interesting. Rizzo, please stop. Do you not agree that mushroom is acceptable flavour for Rizzo beverage? It's dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our receiving bay. Ha ha ha. That's funny. Cool. Okay, buddy. Do you want to go to sleep? I mean, if you're just gonna stand there... Guys, get out of here! How do you even teleport up here? Yes, he can. Piss off.
Going.
Oh, you're just gonna stay there. Okay, take everything. Good. Take it all. Good. Okay, that. Good. And that stuff. Okay, good. Empty. Cool. All worked out. Nothing back here. Nope. And this is locked. Where'd that guard go? Guessing he went downstairs. Well, hopefully he doesn't come up. Get over in. Close that. This should be empty because it was locked. Loot. And loot that stuff, and this stuff, and all of that. Okay, cool. Top floor cleared. What is up there? Can't really see much. Yeah, I can't see anything. Don't really know how to get up here. Okay, cool. And hey, you. Are you asleep? Nope, you're staring right at the loot. Damn you. Anything to say?
Now, see here, What was I doing again?
Cool. Hey, Gladys. You guys want to come down here or what? Hello there. This will be difficult. Do I even want any of this stuff? Those are empty. It's just food stuff. Well, actually, a bit of ammo back there, I think. Yep. And a bit of money. And that. There's no way to get that, is there? Okay, well, Gladys. Hi, how you doing?
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me?
No, I'm good. You wouldn't happen to have any mods I'm looking for?
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler.
Pretty sure you said this before.
But she's no match for your pal Gladys.
What have you got? Nothing I am looking for. Okay.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late.
Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Pay 10,000. Woof, that's a bit rich. Any chance for a discount since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime. Did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Wow. I don't know what the other option was, because it's gone. Okay, tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No, not really. No qualms here. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting.
Yeah, I know Edna, yeah.
She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Wonder what kind of haul they left behind.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
I mean, it could be an automated message.
Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, like as not, someone's been down there recently. And if someone set up shop in Roseway, I'd wager they got something to hide.
If it's a corporate town with something to hide, why the SOS? Sounds like an opportunity, alright? If they're hiding something, won't they be liable to shoot on sight?
Quite the opposite, I believe. Nothing terribly secret about gunfire, is there? If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
So you need someone to snoop around. My services don't come cheap. I can see where this is going. Count me in. Yes, you need someone to snoop around?
My goodness, aren't you quick on the uptake? I like that. Should you find yourself responding to a certain distress call, and in so doing find yourself in possession of certain valuable corporate secrets, well, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of tea and my famous cookies.
You can count on me. I'll stop by if I find anything. That sounds shady. No thanks. Yeah, I'll stop by if I find anything.
Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
So, this is one of the great things about this game. The combat is incredibly lacking, and I'm going to do a critique video at some point on this. But Gladys wants corporate secrets. Now, down on Roseway, it's actually the same planet as Edgewater. It's on Terra 2. There are 3 corporate secrets that you can find. Unfortunately, they're also objectives for people down the planet. So you have to make a decision. Who do you give those objectives to? Do you give them to the owners and get the rewards from them, or do you give them to Gladys here? Bear in mind, if you give them to Gladys, that 10,000 for the nav key, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it gets reduced or even just gone. So you could still give the objectives back to the owners and then just pay for the nav key yourself. What other jobs do you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her freighting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
I don't know, ma'am. She seemed pretty neat to me.
Aw.
Well, aren't you sweet? And just her type, too.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Forget I said anything.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. When I talked to Gladys initially, I talked to her before going to see Junlei, so Pavati hadn't met her yet. Oh god, that's so good. Man, the dialogue in this game is amazing. About that opportunity you mentioned.
Yes, dearie?
What do you want me to do again?
Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from.
Yep.
And ferret out some tasty corporate secrets for old
nothing
Gladys.
specific.
Shouldn't be too tough for a fella like you, I'd think.
Want to ask you about something else.
What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
You mentioned Groundbreaker's outside ball control.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei.
What do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, sir. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
What is this about this heat that we're currently fixing?
Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way.
What do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will.
You mentioned that, I know. What exactly do you do here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that.
Ah.
I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear?
Why'd the board recall Stellar Bay nav keys? Good question.
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
Interesting. What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Are there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
Interesting.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. And those mods, damn, that's annoying. Of all the places we've checked, we just can't find anything.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Who did keep ordering these? Guys? Woolly cow? Are you dead? No, you're still alive. Pavati, why are there cows here?
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big.
Okay. What do you need?
I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go.
Oh my god, finally.
Straight out. And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship.
Do it. Bring her home to meet the family, huh? Bold move. I don't like strangers in my personal space. That's sweet. Can I help?
I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease and I ain't showered in nigh on a week.
Yeah.
Smell like sweat most days and, well, don't look too close to my fingernails. I was thinking, hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies.
Sure. Easy enough. We can head straight over. Groundbreaker's got a lot of vendors. What do you think? You look fine, same as every day. Yeah, what are you thinking?
Oh, that nice older lady in the rest and go, Miss Gladys? She seemed to know lots of things. Maybe she knows where to find fancy soap.
You look the same as every day. You know what? We'll head straight over.
I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't gotta change plans on account of me.
Well, we're here.
Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker, let me know. 'Cause I want to come with.
Okay, what have we got? None of this is interesting. Auto mag, yeah. Flamethrower, I mean, that's pretty good. Do we have a flamethrower? No, we don't. Wow. Okay, leave it here. Then armor. Long guns. Long guns. Yeah, sure, we can leave one here. In case we need a skill check for anything. Break down everything else. Repair the hammer. Have a nap. Have something to drink. And a bit to eat. And we're all good. Hey, Felix, are you okay? You good to go yet?
Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close.
Not really.
Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
You're pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
I've heard enough you hired. Alright, Felix, tell me why I should hire you. Okay, Felix, consider this your interview. Temperament, if you're trying to convince me, you're going about it all wrong. You know what? Consider this your interview.
Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
Intelligence. What's the value of pie?
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust. Maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
Perfect, you're hired. What's your biggest flaw?
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
It could be. I mean, yeah. Are you any good in a fight?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
Not really. Can't really count on any of you in a scrap. Perfect, you're hired!
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
We'll see you on the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
You got a crew now, Felix.
He's gone. He's gone. Well, guys, I think this is where we're going to leave it. So, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let anybody else know if they enjoyed the video as well. It really helps out the channel, and the channel really, really needs it. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.